HPs. And let's go ahead and manage character. Manage HPs. Your rolled HP is 69. Wow, that bumps you up to 78 HP. Pretty good. You're only 21 off from maximum total possible HP.
What would fixed have been there?
Fixed HP was 67, so he's got 11 more
Hey,
HP.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like if you average out the RNG of rolling this at advantage, it is half a point higher each level. So it tends to be more beneficial. And, you know, get a little fun element of rolling dice. Who doesn't like
Nothing better than leveling up and rolling 2 1s.
that? Yeah. You've done that a couple times, haven't you?
I did that once, yes. Yes, I did.
And you have no constitution modifier.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's what
you're
every
very, very squishy.
that's what every sorcerer needs is 1 HP on a level up.
Mhm.
And I'm max 41 right now.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's why I die every other fight.
I believe it. I believe it. Okay, cool. Well, let's do a brief little recap. I'll keep it a little detail light here. My apologies. Beer. So you guys, oh my gosh, let me jog my own memory. Jesus, it feels like it's been forever. You guys had finished up some investigation on the Grand Dame, trying to track down your query, and you did so successfully at the expense of the Grand Dame. There was combat, there was chaos, there was a new ally that appeared, and after all of that, a broken down Lorthal, badly beaten, possibly still alive, was taken off the deck of the Grand Dame and slipped away by some Marrow folk. You guys then, with Flint's help, teleported back to Everland, to the Mage's Circle here, to meet with Crowan, the wizard that you guys have befriended as a part of the Harpers, and he has offered some assistance. And this is where you guys went to ask some questions. You learned a little bit more about Zaman and where he comes from. And you learned a little bit more about Blood Hunters as a whole and the impact that they've been having on the Forgotten Realms these past 100 or so years. After that, you guys decided maybe it was time to have Callus ask some questions from this dead captain to see if you can't find out a little more accurate picture of where your query is. And that is where we left off.
All right.
Okay,
Is
I'm
there,
looking at Kaboku's mini, and he is a fucking monster compared to Kamba.
Yeah, aren't furbolgs really big?
He's
Yeah,
like,
they're huge.
Yeah, I picked. This is a troll. Actually, it's the closest thing I could get to a furbolg. It felt like one.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a giant kin. I forget. There's some wicked old fantasy book that had a furbolg in it, and it popped in my head for some reason.
But yeah. So we're here right now. Is there a 7-foot tall furbolg in the room with me?
No, I just dropped his
Yeah.
mini on there so we could check him out.
All right. Well, Marcus, looking like it. Your pocket's looking pretty full there.
Yes, I think we might have enough to head back and have a little party.
Well, I mean, there's a few things I need to purchase.
Oh, me as well.
So, what do you want to do? Do you want to do like a shopping scene, Storm, or do you want to? What do you want to do?
We'll just loop that into your guys' downtime. So you guys have access to instantaneous travel almost anywhere. So getting supplies and all that stuff, we'll just kind of hand wave it. You guys already sent me what you wanted. Go ahead and deduct the appropriate gold and let me know what you're getting.
Yeah, I'm not gonna end up getting that fireball necklace, but I am
Okay.
gonna take a visit to the elven princess there and buy
Okay.
that elven armor.
For sure, for sure. Yeah. So
Combo buys everything.
okay,
I
Kamba buys
I
everything.
spent 5,600 gold,
Okay, cool.
and I purchased the bow and the bracers and Crowan combined for the shields.
Yep.
And I now have a +1 Sentinel shield and those bracers and the bow.
That's right. That's right. So Dally gifts you this awesome bow from her personal hoard that has been kind of seeping in the power of her hoard. Um, and she actually wishes you the best of luck. Um, and Flint does as well. Flint says that he's going to um, go away with Dally for a little while to try and correct some things and get some answers from his home, and um, maybe he'll see you guys shortly after you guys find the whereabouts of King Hekaton.
We shed a tear for Callus, and then Flint is like, we're like, did Flint leave? Where did he get off?
Buttheads. Um,
Like,
okay. You guys, yeah. So Callus, he's gonna stick around until the next day to ask these questions of Lord Dryland. But then yes, he has informed you that he'll be departing. Zaman informs you that he needs to go to his order to get some questions answered about these big revelations, and what they should be doing in light of these new revelations. So he'll be stepping away for a little bit.
You know, when if we ever make it to the final fight, we need you to play as Zaman, Flint, Callus, Tasty, fuck who
And
else?
Jade,
And Jade. Yeah, we all have to come back together for one final battle.
listen, I think that's doable. I don't have Flint's character sheet anymore, but
He casts Fireball.
yeah, he casts Fireball. Um, we'll give him an
at
epic
all of
ending.
us.
Yeah. Okay. So that's kind of where you guys find yourselves. Crowan's gonna get to work. He has an assistant start on melding the two shields together. Demarcus, just kind of in brief, you go and visit the princess um, to check in on her to see if she has access to something that meets your needs, and she does. She offers you the gift, if you will, of her brother's armor, his elven chain shirt. Um,
Amazing.
yeah. Um,
I would
okay.
like one thing from shit. What's his name? Crowan.
Crowan. Okay.
While he's working on everything else. Well, I kind of gotta ask you first, but we do have in the stuff that I went over from like the Flint's list and everything. We had this is the exact wording: fully operational green young dragon wing. Could I could I somehow
What an
make
item.
that into a wingsuit?
Oh, that'd be so, like a squirrel.
Like a flying squirrel outfit. Yes.
I'm familiar with what you're asking for here. Yeah, I mean, you could take that to a leather worker. And Crowan could give you kind of like the blueprints, if you will. So he's a smart wizard. He can do the calculations and the engineering of it. Yeah, I'll say it costs 250 gold.
Oh, for
Uh,
sure.
Yeah, you don't understand how horrifyingly ridiculous that would be for Demarcus's character.
It's gonna be. I don't know how we're gonna work it out when the time comes, but when I jump off cliffs now, I go diagonally down at like a 45-degree angle or
yeah,
something.
oh,
I don't
that's
know.
sick. I'm here for it, dude. I'm here
Just
for it.
launch yourself out of a trebuchet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
there you go.
fuck
That's
yeah.
also an option. There's so many options before us.
This
Uh,
just got even more disgusting. All right, so 250
yeah.
gold, and I am left with
Dimension door up in a big way.
10,548. I'm going home.
You still have 10,000 gold?
10,537. Sorry, I don't know where that other number came from.
Hasn't spent a dime since the first, since level 5.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Jesus
I haven't
Christ.
bought. The only thing I've bought this entire campaign is my staff that I got like on our last downtime. That is the only thing I have purchased this entire campaign. I've been
Must be
saving
nice.
for this 10,000.
Must be nice. Hey, what's your quality of life? Is it like it's probably pretty nice because you're like a little nobleman, right? And it's probably been like a solid 6 months of adventuring. So why don't you just deduct 10 gold a day?
Yes,
uh,
I will deduct
I'm
537 and put me at
just kidding.
10K.
I'm just kidding. Okay, cool. So you guys probably crash at Crowan's place for that first night, and the following morning, Callus has prepared the appropriate spells to cast Speak with Dead. And he goes to the body of Lord Dryland, which is already starting to kind of wither. Um, and he begins casting the spell, and before he does, he says, all right, my friends. With Aether's blessings, we may be able to find the answers for our query, to find the king and restore order to the Ordning. We have few questions. Aether can only give so much. Be smart with them and use them wisely. And he'll begin casting a spell from a mechanical standpoint. You have 5 questions?
I'm so tempted to
I got
recreate
double.
the scene from the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Oh, that was great. That was
Phenomenal.
great. Great movie. I mean, even my wife enjoyed it, and she doesn't care for D&D at all. My mother-in-law enjoyed it, and she is like a staunch anti D&D Christian lady, and she liked
That's
it.
what I've told everybody is like it's still a good movie, but like it's way better if you're sitting there the whole time like looking at the actual D&D like mechanics of what they're doing. And it just
Yeah.
makes it so much fucking funnier.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was having a ton of fun.
You're gonna need to remind me of what questions we're gonna have to ask this dude because I
Yeah.
don't remember what he's gonna know.
Yeah. So you guys have
And
5
as always,
questions.
your impression of Callus is fantastic.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
That was
I really
that
are.
was him doing a voice of
Yeah.
another player character who's no
Oh,
longer in
yeah.
the game.
Thank you, thank you. I was actually thinking because I was like, I know I've got to do this today, and I was like, man, I wonder how Callus is. So I messaged him to check in on him because I was like, man, I miss this dude.
Right?
At
I don't
least
do him justice. I don't do him justice. But you have 5 questions, and if to give you a little more of a refresher here, Lord Dryland is a member of an organization that was involved with like the kidnapping of the king. So he knows, and he kind of vaguely alluded to the fact that he had a hand in it, and he knows the general whereabouts. But he didn't tell you guys any specifics.
So should I guess I would look at the combo. Should one of our questions be who knows where the king is, or should we just ask him if he knows where the king is? Because
Yes.
what?
Yes.
Wait, was that one of our questions?
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. I'll assume that you guys are doing some pre-planning the day before.
Um. Yeah. So do we ask him if he knows who knows where the king is, or wait, do we ask him who knows where the king is?
sure. Uh, I mean, we could ask him where the king is. Can we confirm that this guy doesn't know where the king is?
I mean, you can use that question if
So
you'd like.
that's what I'm thinking is if we ask him where's the king, he might say I don't know. But if we ask and then we have to be like okay, who does? And then we have, or we just ask him I don't know. It depends. Do we just ask him first? Because it is gonna suck if we're like, who knows where the king is? And he's like, I do. And it's like, well, we could have fucking saved the question.
We need to be very specific. Yeah. So we need to be like, what is the name of the person who knows where the king is? You know what I mean?
Who?
Like, and
What?
what is the name of the person who knows where King Hecaton is?
Wait, what is the
We need to be
what
very
is the name
specific.
of the person who knows who can tell us where King Hecaton is? That's important because he could list some dead fuck, and then we have to do this all over again.
Sure. That's question one.
All right, what's the first question?
All right. What is the name of a person who can tell us where King Hecaton is at this moment?
Okay. So you asked that very specific question, and you guys watch as this like bluish white energy kind of suffuses his just his skull and his jaws. So it's almost like these little hands have gripped onto all of these different little parts of his body and are like moving his jaw and his tongue. Like it's a very physical process. Um, and you can see some little hands like pushing down on his chest to force air out to speak, and you just hear this croaking voice, and he says, "Many no faults rule Sklarkathel." That's all he says.
What?
Many folks rule what?
Many no. Thults rule and Slarkrithel. Those are three names that he gives you.
Ooh.
Write that down. Write that down.
I am.
Tholtz Rool, and then Slarkethel, Slarkrethel.
I thought you were just gonna say Sluggerfell, like we were just supposed to know how to spell that one.
All right, out
I should-
of character. We could spend the next 3 questions on
We have
asking
we
who
have
are
four
those
more.
people. I know. We asked our next 3 questions are spend who are those people, and then we save our last one for a clarifying question or something else.
Not a bad idea. And because I want to know who they are, but also where they are is the other problem.
I mean, if we know who they are, we'll ask around and find out where.
I know what I would ask. I'm not gonna say. I know. I can break this one.
Where can I find these 3 people? Would that be it?
I have an even better one.
What question are you asking, DeMarcus?
Well, I'll give this one to Combo.
Why are you gonna stop me like this?
Can't because I'm not there. My guy's outside helping frame
Hey,
up some scaffolding.
Quit metagaming over there. You know, stop asking questions. God, you don't know this Furbolg yet.
Oh, he's mad because I'm not telling.
No, I know. That's
I'm
I'm
not-
yelling at him. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're playing this correctly.
All right. What do you got? What's your question?
Oh no, you're next. I asked the first one.
Oh, okay then.
Plus, I gotta get another beer. Hold on. I mean, ask your question.
Where can I find these 3 people?
Okay. Same thing. These hands grip onto the jaw, onto the tongue, and start moving it back and forth. There's like this weird delay almost. Only 2 of them travel together. Thults and Rule. Their whereabouts change every day. You can find them sailing near the purple rocks. Slarkathel. And he just can't speak. As soon as he says that name, he just can't evoke anything else.
Interesting. So those 2 are sailing to the Purple Rocks, and the Starkacell is an asshole. There we go.
Yeah, he's inaccessible via this spell, most likely.
Yeah. I don't think it's worth wasting any more questions on Slarkathel.
Can I do a history check or a maybe like a survival check if I know where the purple rocks? If I can think of any identifying markers, maybe in the Moonshades or on the Sword Coast somewhere.
Honestly, you would know. It is a cluster of islands to the north of the Moonshay Isles.
Okay.
Like it's not part of the Moonshay Isles. Let me clarify that. But it is near the Moonshay Isles.
North of the Moonshade Isles would be right directly like west of Windstorm too.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys can bring this to Crowan, and Crowan would be able to point it out on a map for you guys. But let's see here. I get it pulled up for y'all. So if we're looking at the position of, oh my gosh, it is like directly west of Stormwind Citadel.
Fuck.
Here, I will grab a screenshot of this so you guys can see. Now obviously Stormwind Citadel is fictitious, so you're not going to see it on the map.
Windstorm. Well, it's on. If you go to maps, it's on.
It's just between Neverwinter and Luskin.
Yeah. Oh, no, it was sent somewhere a few weeks ago. I don't know. We talked too much.
Oh yeah. We do talk too much in the chat. Okay, here we go. So
That's what it's for.
this is true. This is true. Okay, I got my pen. So little red circle. Whoa, that's not at all what I wanted to do. Okay, and then let me copy this and I'll drop it into the chat. But seriously, it is like almost exactly direct west.
It's like north of the Moonshade, west of Windstorm.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay.
That is fantastic.
The purple rocks. Okay. So next question then should be, I guess, what's the best way we can find Ankashamalalam, right? How can we find out more info on the dude that this guy can't tell us about?
Well, that might just bring us to another unanswered question. If he wasn't able to tell us where he is or where he normally would be, I don't know if he'll be able to
Then he
tell
can
us.
point us in the direction of someone who could.
Okay, that who
Right? That's what I'm
who
saying.
can lead us to Slarkathal, right? That yeah.
Yeah. Slarkathal.
Is that what you guys want to ask?
Sure.
I mean, you know what? No, he's gonna answer the two people on the boat. Or maybe he won't.
Who besides fucking Sultan Rule can lead us to Slarkathal?
Is that what you want to ask?
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, sure. I'll throw that one out there. Yeah.
Okay. Same thing happens. Those little hands start moving the jaw, and you hear the croaking voice again. None know his exact whereabouts. He finds you.
God damn it. Now my notes for him are an asshole who finds you.
How many more questions do we have?
2 more.
So where on the maybe we should ask DeMarcus, do you think we should ask where on the purple rocks exactly we can find these two?
Well, I think
No?
he was saying that
Important?
they sail that whole area. So
Uh,
I don't think you'd be able to tell us specifically.
so then who else? What else should we ask? I legitimately don't know. I probably would have had more questions after we talked to this guy.
Do we wanna find out like more things about the bigger plan here? Because right off the bat, it seems like we gotta go hunt these two down at the Purple Rocks, and in on the way maybe find out more about Sargathal. Should we try to just ask more about like the bigger plan? Like,
I guess we never did ask if he knew where King Hecaton was.
No, we said who does, and he gave us those 3 names. He didn't include himself.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. What do you want to ask?
I'm thinking something along the lines of like who ordered the removal of Hecaton, or do we already know that?
That was the blue dragon,
It was.
right? The ancient blue dragon. And she stole the thing. So I guess would we reasonably think this guy would have some idea of where that dragon went?
Of
This
where she
was
went? Not
this was the
necessarily.
guy who was this the guy who was holding on to that arrow that I have?
Yes, that was in his possession.
What's that?
Yes, that was in his possession.
All right. So I guess I could ask why he got the arrow or why he had the arrow.
Yeah, I'm curious
know what I
enough
mean?
to use a question for that. Sure.
Sure. And if he knows any other and what his plan was for defeating it, I guess. I don't know, but that's kind of what I want to roll into. Because I can
What
assume that
was
he
your
had a
plan with this arrow?
I assume that he has a fucking arrow slaying specifically for blue dragons to fight the blue dragon he was partnered with. You know what I mean? Like I assume
Right.
that's what it is. So how do we phrase that question to get more details on that? You know what I mean?
Where and when were you planning on using this arrow? I don't know.
How were what was your plan with this arrow?
Yeah, but then
Is what I
but
asked.
then he could
I
just be
asked that.
okay.
You asked that? Okay. So you hear this croaking voice say, Slarkathel gave it to me in case Imrith doubled back on her deal. A tool to fend her off until he can come and bring the waves crashing down on her.
Oh, Slargathol is after fucking bitch dragon.
Maybe it's like a kraken.
Oh shit.
Let me see here. One more question, right?
Wait, talking about waves and shit too, and all this sea shit. There was all that with Lorthal and the merfolk at the end there.
Yep.
A lot of shit happening under the water.
So I guess the question is, with our last question, we could ask more about their deal.
Yeah, what exactly? How do you want to word that?
I don't know. Storm does, or you know what? Combo terms to Callus, and he says, "No, Callus. I mean, does Aether have any insight into what our last 5 questions should be? You know, do the gods point you in any kind of direction? They pulling you this way or that?"
Well, he rolled a
Flint,
natural
Callus,
16 on his
Xylan.
And I
insight
and I tap the wooden bird around his neck, the pendant that I've carved for him.
check.
So
Okay.
where does she lead you, my friend?
He says, well, my friends, Aether's wings can guide us where we need to go. But some questions, yes. Yes, many questions weigh upon my mind. Why? Why take the king? How are they keeping the king? Where do they intend to take the king? What do they intend to do with the king?
Wow.
There are many questions that could be asked here, but I fear we have but one left.
Well, why and how are you keeping the king alive? Like, that's a
Oh,
good.
that is
That's
2 questions.
no, I know. I'm just saying. Like, that's yeah. That's like why alive? Why not just kill him and be rid of him? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I can assume that they want him off the throne just to cause like general mayhem and such, you
Right,
know.
but why not just kill him then? Why go through all the trouble of kidnapping and imprisoning and hiding and all this sneakery?
Ask that.
I ask that.
So sorry, guys. I just shoved a huge mouthful of food in my mouth when you asked that. I thought I had more time. um, so you ask that question, and he responds, Slarkatha was just hired by Imrith. Her overall plans, we can only guess at. Chaos, manipulation, control. And then the hands kind of fade away. And then a black raven kind of apparates on his chest, sitting there, makes eye contact with Callus, and then flies and just kind of like phases through a wall.
All right, Callus, cast it again.
It takes 10 days in
Oh,
order
does
to
it
recast
really?
the spell, yeah.
Wow.
Shit. Well,
All right.
that was a real
Well,
bummer.
Crowan.
I say we head to this cool party.
Hanging out for 10 days.
Hey, Crowan, you want to take care of this body for us? Thank you. You're a real pal. And then we head off to the party.
All right, Crone cast Disintegrate.
Perfect.
Body turns into dust. And yeah, so we'll fast forward to you guys heading back home. Do you send any advance warning, or are you just gonna show up?
No, I'm just gonna show up. But me and
Combat
Kamba kind
has-
of talked about this. I want.
Yeah, so when
Okay.
we arrive in Neverwinter, which I believe is the closest we can teleport,
hmm
when we arrive there, Kamba endeavors to use his carpentry skills and knowledge of sort of the biz to scout out two good caravans, get them shellacked with paint within a reasonable amount of time. It should only really take a day or two. I mean, a day, really. And then, like really bright colors in the the red and the black, and
No. No.
the red, black, and gold.
No, the blue and the white.
Oh yeah, right. The blue and the
The
white.
Marcus's
Combos will
family
be blue and white
colors.
as well. Yes. And then we hire, I mean, minimum what, 2 bards, minstrels,
For sure.
maybe a fire breather or 2. You know what I mean?
Four.
Aladdin?
Well, that's what we're going here for, dude. You know what I mean? I still have 2,000 gold left. So I mean, Combo does his best to find a deal, but he understands it is short notice. And a couple draft horses to pull these, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, very doable. Neverwinter is a massive city, so that's easy enough. You inspect a few carts, you haggle for a while. Demarcus works on charming some bards and minstrels over to join his band. And yeah, I mean it's all very doable. There's traveling minstrels and performers, and Stormwind Citadel is a large enough place that you let them know that that's your destination. They kind of look at the cut of your jib combo and they're like, I think he could protect us heading north. And so, yeah, absolutely, you can do that. I'd say all in all, with the cost of the carts, the lodging, the feeding of all these people, and then their time as well, that'll set you back 350 gold. And
I'll,
that'll get you the draft horse. It'll get you a couple of coachmen. It'll get you the like kind of caravan that you're looking for, as well as some like performers, some gymnasts, some people that can like swallow swords or breathe fire. So yeah, you've got like a proper
Combo spends an extra 200
whoa.
buying them each the blue capes. Everybody, blue cape and cap.
Okay. Easy enough. You empty Neverwinter of blue cloth.
hell yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Excellent. We should have made models for this, Dave. I didn't
I
remember
just went back to my original. I'm back on my OG piece from week 1.
Hell yeah. Hell
I
yeah.
could
You didn't
switch
want to
to
come
my
in with your
OG.
Tommy gun?
Oh wait, hold on. Wait, where is he? Wait. Wait.
Oh, combos OG.
There we go. Bam. There we go.
Wait, you're not changing on
Oh,
mine.
that's an M249. That's not even a Tommy gun.
Oh
a
yeah.
proper-
No, you're not changing on mine. Damn it.
Get a
Oh well,
proper
I'll see it on the
spot
next
on
map.
weapon.
I'm sure.
All right. Speaking of next map, let's bring you guys over. And how fortuitous that somebody was thinking of construction. Because as you arrive at Stormwind City, after a few days' journey of relatively easy journey, I mean, these are well-established roads. They're patrolled by the Lord's Alliance. So you constantly see guards and guarded caravans traveling. And after a few days of an easy pace, you arrive with your procession. And you arrive to a home that is very familiar and yet oh so different in the relatively short amount of time that you've been away. The crenellations of the castle are now mounted with these like lookout towers and bridges that have been slung between each of these towers. You see a higher guard presence, and you see construction is well underway on what looks like some new fort towers. You can see these large, massive machines lifting large amounts of timber and stone to help build these at a rapid rate. It is a level of industry that you've only ever seen the dwarves achieve. Um, and looking about, you can see this is your home. Your colors still fly there, but it's very different. It's certainly more defensible. And as you get closer, many people don't recognize you right out the gate, mainly because they're distracted by this little procession that you have. But then people start like it starts clicking, and they're like, "Is that the third? Is that the third?" And everybody starts like freaking out because this means ale will flow, wenches will be everywhere. It will be an epic party if this is your homecoming, as is proper Stormwind fashion, or Windstorm, I should say. So you make your way, and I'll drop some tokens here, and you guys can maneuver away.
Still
But
says
I
I'm
would say
waiting on PM.
it's about midday. Oh, maybe I should summon you guys
There
here.
we go.
Help. Man, I gave all that description. You guys didn't have anything to see. My apologies.
No, I had
Oh no,
nothing to
yeah, I
see.
didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, I didn't know. Ooh, who made this?
Don't know.
Me.
You'll have to send me the link to this. This
Ooh,
is
this
sweet.
is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, this thing is so I've gone through like 5 iterations of Stormwind Citadel. Um, and is it Windstorm? I keep wanting to go
Windstorm. Yeah, I
Stormwind.
know.
God damn it.
Yeah, you're just trying to throw some Sanderson flair on
I
Stormwind.
am. I am.
I was telling Mike this whole time that I've been playing for like this whole like what 2 years almost we've been playing now. It feels like
Yeah.
I refuse to give myself a mental image of what this would look like because I was like, it's never gonna match up with anything he finds on Tailspire.
Yeah.
So
This is pretty good.
phenomenal.
Yeah, this one when I came across this one, I was like, this is it.
This is
I
it.
found some other cool maps that we'll probably use in the future, but
Sure, yeah.
this looks like wealth and kind of nestled in reality at the same time. Like you've still got farms around it. It's not just a fortress in the middle of
Right,
nowhere.
right.
Yeah. So DeMarcus, welcome home.
I think
Where-
DeMarcus is overwhelmed a bit, but at the same time, with this procession following along, just walks directly, well, I guess through the gates, assuming they're open, and if not, then announce myself as loudly as possible as I approach the gates.
Where are we?
You guys are way over here. I just dropped you guys here along the main route coming in.
Uh,
Let's see. Yeah,
Um,
as I approach the people and they begin, looking at me and catching on, and I hear the whispers begin. I just shout out, "Demarcus B. Windstorm the Third has returned. The ale will flow, the party will begin, and for the next 2 weeks, forget this construction and forget your defenses. It's time to drink, my friends."
People start cheering. Kids are all like jumping up and down and clapping to see their parents happy, probably for the first time in a while. Things have been rough here in the north. Um, and people start following you. And eventually you get this massive procession added to your already large procession. You come through this makeshift lumber yard that used to just be like a simple sawmill, is now producing easily 3 times what it used to. It's got these large saws that are operated by crews of 4, 2 guys on each side, moving these massive saws back and forth, making these nice planks of wood that could easily be used for framing, or for building palisades. And as you go, more and more people start gathering around you, until by the time you get to the gates, you are a party probably 40 strong between villagers and your procession, and you guys continue forward, and eventually you get to the gates, and you wrap your staff on the gates, and after a moment they open toward you, and out marches these very immaculately armed and armored guards of your house, men and women that you would recognize, certainly, and they certainly recognize you, and they're trying to remain stoic, but there's this air of pride that
I guess we're making those punji
their
sticks.
leader has, or I should say the one of the leaders of their people has come home successful from their trip. And these guys and girls march forward, and one of them shouts loudly, "The third has returned home."
Attack!
Roll for initiative.
Yeah.
Um, no, but they shout loudly to the crowd that has amassed behind you, and as soon as they say this kind of like official proclamation, coming from the Lord's guard, they're they're just ecstatic. They're freaking out even more than they already were. And one of the guards steps forward and says, "Demarcus, it is very good to see you. Your father will be glad to see you. It's been tough times since you've been away." And he kind of gestures around all of these like wooden palisades. Those are new. Those weren't there. It was just a few keep towers, and now it's all of these expansions. And she leans a little closer to you, and you'd recognize her. This is Kimley, who is uh probably one of the more attractive guards. Like, unfortunately,
Ooh.
so like as a
Ooh.
kid, she's older than you. She's like easily coming up on her mid 40s. Um, and she's been around for a long time, but she's got like this stately beauty. And I imagine Demarcus probably always crushed on her a little bit, but she seems weathered now. She seems tired, as if somebody has been on the edge of a knife for too long. And she leans in and she says, "Demarcus, it's good to have you back.
It's good to
It's
see that you've all taken this threat very seriously as well. And while it is good to be home, I do come with some amazing adventure stories as well as some horror stories of the world outside these now popping up walls."
We have our own stories to share. Your father will be waiting for you. Come and find me when you have some time.
I will.
Have fun." and she steps aside and she starts addressing the common folk. She actually directs them all back to work, and she does promise that things will kick off after you've had a chance to talk to your family and get settled, and they'll start kicking things off. But you can tell there's like this air of anxiety around her, and you're not quite sure what until you step through the gates. And now you have these additional guards who keep all of the other people back, but your procession is allowed through. And you guys carry on inwards, and they're taking you through. Oh, and Demarcus got left behind. There we go. There we go.
That lady in the guard sounded an awful lot like the cleric from before.
I know. Listen, I've got 4 accents, maybe. And that's all I got. I was trying to go for feminine. I clearly failed. So
No, you sounded British.
It was feminine. It was Callus's wife. Of course. Wait. Why would his wife sound the same as him?
I don't know. She's probably an exotic broad.
Yeah.
She's probably a bird of
You should have
paradise.
asked that as one of your 5 questions.
His wife is just a bird.
That'd be funny. So the guards, before bringing you through the keep gates, one of the other guards that you'd recognize, an older, gruff man, says, "Third, I believe you'll want to see this." And he brings you around this keep, which didn't used to be here. It used to be like a singular keep and a wall that extended forward. And now it's getting doubled up. But this wall that you see under construction here, this used to be a standing wall. Something has knocked it down.
And I think DeMarcus's heart kind of sinks and he tries to hide it. What happened here?
I'll leave that for your father to say, but let's just keep it at the giants don't seem to be afraid of walls.
Yes, trust me, I've seen that myself.
Well, I know we all look forward to hearing the stories of your travels, and I'm quite confident the coffers are in need of your gold, assuming you haven't spent it all already. I know you've always been a cheeky lad.
Oh, I brought the 10,000. Not much more. And I kind of like point towards all my magic items on me in the procession, you know.
Yeah, he kind of laughs and smirks at the procession, but he looks at your magical items, and there's a seriousness that comes over him, and he says, "Lad, you're gonna need every tool on your belt."
I just kind of nod.
Come, let's bring you to your father. He will be happy to see you.
All right. Yeah,
And
I'll follow.
they escort you to the gates, which are undergoing repair and reinforcement, and you walk through. Let's see here, get you guys about here. And as soon as you step through, you are greeted by all sorts of people. And frankly, I just couldn't dot this place enough with how many people. So I just chose to go for performance instead of accuracy here. But there it is a busyness that you've rarely seen for your home. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a populated area, but this is like everybody has a mission, everybody has a purpose, and they're all walking about doing this, doing that, clearly all for the fortification of your home. And you see standing before you, and the guards, they don't announce you or anything. No need. I mean, you can see your dad is smiling. He already sees you, but he's speaking to this just monster of a person. I mean, your dad is a tall man, and this guy's clearly ahead of him. I mean, just a monster of a humanoid. And they're talking, and Kaboku, why don't you introduce us to what do we see?
Probably that's a 7. I'd have to reread the description of a furball, but roughly 7 foot tall, weather worn, young furball. Probably around 300 pounds, but very slim and well built from traveling the road. Same clothes and everything is kind of a worn and weathered look. And a mix, probably a bit of sawdust with all the work going on and stuff around here, and a little bit of sweat on his brow. I don't know what he's been up to recently, but that would be kind of what lays before you.
Okay. So, Demarcus, you know your dad is clearly attending to some business, so you probably hover for a bit. And Kaboku, you see Demarcus B. Windstorm the Second, affectionately called the Second, is listening to what you've just said, and he looks at you and he says, "Well, we need all the strong arms we can get, so." Yeah, I like your plan. I think you can probably add a lot of value here. Um, as you can see, we're well underway on a lot of these projects, but my chief engineer is always looking for some better ideas. Anything we can do to fortify the Citadel?
How was that to me?
Yes, that was
Or
to
was
you.
that to Demarcus? Okay. Yeah, well, whatever you need a hand, I will jump in. I was thinking of accents. I don't have a good one.
Yeah, it can come to you
But
later.
yeah, no. From building bridges to palisades, I'll jump in wherever you need a hand.
Very good. Do you have any experience with stonework by chance?
No, woodworking.
Woodworking. Okay. Well, you could certainly help with scaffolding to get started, and then from there, we could probably use your help on some of the outer defenses, which I think Ruskell wants to do palisades on the outside. I wanted all stone, but he said we can't get enough of it. So here we are. But yes, going rate is 5 gold a week, and we'll keep you fed, we'll keep you housed, keep you protected. We just need to get this all up as fast as possible.
Yeah, sounds like a good deal.
All right, perfect.
Where do I get started here?
Well, you get started by enjoying a drink with me and my newly homecome son, Demarcus. My
Father.
boy. Look at you. You little shit. You look great. You look
Oh,
tired.
oh, I've seen some on the road. I could say the same of you and all the guards here. You all seem to be quite tired and busy as well. I would like you to meet. This is a good friend of mine, Kamba. I met him a few months into my travels. He was in Tribor with me the day that it was attacked by fire giants, and well, he was one of me, him, and 2 others who are no longer with us. They just went and did their own thing. They did make it through. The me, him, and 2 others fended off the fire giants, and me and him have been kind of sticking together ever since.
You hear that,
Horrible.
Kaboku? This son of mine, he's defending towns. Proper hero. Worthy of the name Windstorm.
Very impressive.
I tap my staff twice on the ground as like I'm talking, and one of my stewards from the procession come forward with a chest and walk to my father and kind of drop to a knee and open the lid, and it has the 10,000 gold inside of it.
Whew, hot diggity damn. Okay. Yeah, so you have, it probably takes, honestly, two people, maybe even three, because but gold is not
Yeah, it's
light.
not like yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, you have two of these attendants bring over this massive chest of gold and drop it and open it. And this is the first time they've opened it. They're like, "Oh my god, we did not ask for enough money."
I didn't tell them what was in the chest the entire time. They
Yep,
did. They did. They
yeah.
did not know this entire time what they were holding. I just told them that they were to present this to my father. That was a gift for my homecoming.
Yep. And so their minds obviously blown at how much money is sitting inside this chest. And so they Oh God, there's not actual gold here. We'll just for shits and giggles, let's just throw this right here.
There we
There
go.
we
That's about
go.
right.
Gold overfloweth. Onto the cobblestones. Just kidding. But you do open the lid. There's a bunch of gold in there, and your dad, who's certainly seen a lot of gold, he
A
had to go
lot
and earn
more.
his own. Yeah. But you can tell that he's there. There was a little bit of like, did he actually do it? Or is he calling it quits and coming home? Because that happens.
Of course,
That's
sure.
happened for a few. He's admitted to you before he sent you off that he was really close and he actually got a lucky break on a job that went really well. So to see you actually achieve it and come through with this tale of of fighting fire giants and defending the city of or the town of Tribor. I mean, you thought your father was proud of you before, but you just see he is lit up so much that he's barely blue anymore. He's almost pure white. Um, and he's just beaming and he says, "Ah, my son, great, great job. I can't tell you how proud I am and how indebted I am now. Um, things have been tough. As Mr. Kaboku is here to help us with, defenses need improving, and things need fixing. Um, we will add this to the vaults, and we have some celebrating to do and some catching up to do. Mr. Kaboku, as your first order of business, please join us for an ale. And if you wouldn't mind using those big muscles there, we could certainly use that chest. I think those girls are about to snap their scrawny little backs. And Kamba, you said. My Kamba, you are quite the specimen.
Well, I mean, yeah, what can I say? To be in presence of such fineries is something way far above my station.
Oh,
But
no, no. This is now your station, for you are family.
oh, well, I mean, I expect to be landed. Then I'm assuming.
Yes,
How
you
about
will be landed. It won't be much, I'll be honest. Things are pretty tight right now. But absolutely. Lord Kamba of the Windstorm Citadel. We need all of the allies and friends we can get in these times. Things are dire.
Speaking of which, what happened to that wall back there?
Yeah, you say that pointing over, and Kaboku, you can see it. I mean, stonework may not be your thing, but you know, from a construction standpoint, that to knock something like that over, it's something strong.
I was
Um,
gonna ask, is it obvious like damage? What the damage was like? Catapult or something would have obvious like shattered, smashed rocks, or
Mhm.
are they like tipped or pushed over?
it's
Like
both.
okay,
Yeah, it's both. There are sections that seem to like have been torn down, and then there are sections that seem almost like pulverized and powdered in parts. So like these stones that like are relatively uniform. Some of them are like a quarter the size and look sheared off at like these crazy impossible angles. So it seems like something large impacted it and something large tore it down. And
got
you don't have to guess for very long because this kind of storm cloud forms over over the second's head, and it's an actual storm cloud. Like it is a little illusion of this storm, and you could tell. And Demarcus, you know this one front and center. You've been the recipient of this. It is your father's wrath. Um, and there's like little lightning and there's a little bit of audible thunder, but it makes it sound like it's really far away, not like it's little, but like it's big, just really far away. And he kind of does it without thinking these days, but he says, well, yes, we have a little bit of experience with giants ourselves. Not but 3 months ago now, a force that frankly I didn't think giants could muster came against our walls. Mostly hill giants, but at their forefront was a cloud giant. And he had some power about him. He could rip stones from the wall without having to touch them, fling them. Our ballistas, our archers, nobody stood a chance. I expended every bit of my magic, and so did your mother. And we were barely able to force them back. But not before they crashed through the wall, took a great portion of our livestock, and killed nearly 24 guards.
I see.
3 giants, just a couple weeks ago, finally got cleared away from there. But it was the damnedest thing, son. They had hobgoblins and bugbears and orcs with them. It was a full-on battle. When I bought this citadel, I didn't think we'd ever have to use it. You know? This was a statement piece. And you know he's lying. Like, you guys have had this in the family for like 6 generations. He didn't buy it.
Yeah.
But
what would
yeah,
3
good.
months? What would 3 months be in terms of like where were we 90 days ago?
Yes.
About Tribor, right?
I would say, you know, we hand waved a lot of time, but there's a lot of time traveling, and I imagine we probably would have done a little more downtime. I like to think that from Tribor to now, it's about 6 months.
Okay, that I can wrap my head
So
around
what-
that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Where would we have been 3 months
So
ago?
you guys would have been prepping to assault like Iron Slag, thereabouts.
We would have been dealing with the airship. It would have been the airship arc.
Yeah.
Okay, so then this doesn't have anything to do with the reformed giant alliance that just came about. I'm just sorry. I'm just thinking.
I think I would. I think I
Okay.
would tell them. Yeah. So as of a few weeks ago, they've mustered even more troops of every type of fire giant and all sorts of allies, being led or assumed, from what we can tell, led by a ancient blue dragon, which we fought and nearly lost our lives to. Oh, I've died like 4 times. I'll tell you all about it over drinks, but it's getting far, far worse. These walls can't be high enough. We need to do something. We need to strike them before they have a chance to strike again.
Wow. You died?
A few times,
You-
yes. A few times.
You son of your mother, you look great. Never would have guessed it.
Oh, it's gotten quite tiresome. His eye twitches a little bit. A slight PTSD comes through.
Yeah. You see your dad kind of catch something out of the corner of his eye, and he says, Lenriel, look. And he points at you, and you see your mom. And she says, Auntie Marcus, what are you doing over there? You home now? Oh my God. And she just like rushes over and gets you in this embrace with her really shitty Eastern accent. And
I literally was pulling up a roll here to see if Kamba tries to identify what that accent is. the Faerun and the Forgotten Realms.
yeah, that would be oh God, that's a great question. Let's find out. We're gonna pick a random place on the map. Oh God. You know what I think would be really funny is if we just kind of flipped the script on what we would expect from the Cholt Island, which is clearly inspired by like African heritage,
Yeah,
and
Island
instead
Cholt.
make them all Bostonians.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, Norm. Do a Boston accent.
I can't, dude. I ain't got nothing. I could just make weird
We're
noises.
all
Yeah.
from, yeah, we're
Like,
all
and
from,
we all live within like
I wanna
45
hear
minutes
you.
of Boston. We are Boston.
I can't tell you
wanna
guys
hear what you
how
say.
much I regret this now.
No, please. Give me your heavy drunk New Jersey accent that you're calling Bostonian, and try not to offend us,
Oh
please.
no, is that what that is?
It was a little Jersey. That was
It's
definitely a
heavy
little
drunk Jersey? Oh, even worse. Okay, but fair question here. What's the difference?
Hey,
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 hey.
hey, hey. My dog is freaking out. He does not like the the Eastern accent. Uh, but your mom gives you an embrace, and you guys start to catch up, and she kind of says a lot of the same things as your father, um, with all of the craziness that went down a few months ago. How she's been, um, getting her arms back in there and really getting back to work, or however you guys say those words. Um, and she looks it too. Like you've never seen your mom get dirty, but like she's got her sleeves rolled up. She's clearly been working in the dirt, and you've never seen her happier. Like there is this purpose behind her now that never used to be there. Um, not like in a bad way, but like she's discovered something that she enjoys,
Right.
and as she looks at you and she says, I got a real knack for building things. I never would have thought I had it in me.
I've found out that I have a real knack for killing things, and I never would have thought that either. So you never know what you
What?
find in times
Marcus,
of war.
can Demarcus now like just slowly start? Can you just slowly start working in like a shitty Boston
No,
accent into Demarcus?
God no. It comes
Hey,
out whenever he gets angry. He's like
yeah.
he's voice trained himself his whole life to not sound like her.
Yeah, but once you guys start gabbing, there's no stopping it. Oh my god.
uh,
She looks at you when you say that though. She's like, "Well, that's just real sad. Yeah, that's real sad. You're real good at killing. I mean, I guess we need it. I'll say that. We really need it.
well, it turns out I'm also real good at dying. So it is, they do go hand in hand.
Well, we don't need that, son. Don't die, okay? You're my only boy, all right? And Lionel's a piece of shit. Like, let's just be honest. Your cousin's a piece of
What?
shit. Lionel, you would know, is like your scrawny older cousin.
He took 3 years to get the 10,000 gold.
You have no idea. Like when you were like 15, he just kind of disappeared. And apparently he was going to help your uncle with securing the caravans and like patrolling your guys' land. So really just to kind of get rid of him and get him away from court. And she says, "So you're gonna need to stay alive because we can't hand over the throne to some guy like that, you know?"
Well, that's why I keep people like Kamba here about. And
Kamba. Well, aren't you just a hard shell, beautiful motherfucker? Come here, give me some love. You kept
That's
my son safe.
exactly what this accent is.
Yeah.
Jersey.
Ghostbusters. What do
Oh
you want?
my god.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's exactly a good call.
It's Long Island with Boston influences. It's great.
I'm
Um,
so sorry, guys.
Oh, it's fantastic.
My wife is gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on in there?" Um, so, Kamba, you've got this kind of grungy looking. Fuck, what are you, Air Genasi? Air
So
Genasi.
she's human. She would
Oh,
be.
she's
Yeah,
human.
she's human.
Oh, okay. I take that back. You see this kind of grungy lady, just bear hug you, and she's got some wicked strength to her. Like these past 3 months, she been lifting heavy lumber and stone. And she looks you in the eye and she says, "Kamba, I cannot thank you enough for keeping my boy safe."
well, ma'am, that's enough. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah. Sorry.
No, he's a tough one to keep safe. Like he said, he does die quite often. I do my best, but he does die like a lot. It's happened quite recently.
Yeah, just like 3 days ago, I died on a boat, and then I killed everybody on the boat who needed to die. Not everybody. We don't kill civilians. We're not we're not monsters, but there was a lot of death and there was a lot of fire, and I died.
I just
A
don't like the
potential
sound of
rival
that
to
at
your
all.
a potential rival to your house, I will say.
Yeah, it
A
was that
rival of
you
stardom.
oh you guys would know, Lorthal and Dryland, those motherfuckers. Dryland died. Lorthal kind of got dragged off into the sea. He was the main one I was after.
Lothar?
Yeah, he
Oh,
turned out to be a real piece of shit.
well, yeah. Yeah, he was a real piece of shit. He was the attorney they used for Lionel's dad when he left that nice lady.
He tried to arrest us for something we didn't do that he was actually the mastermind behind, and we had to fight him in court. It was this whole thing.
Wow.
We had to get a lawyer, but it was actually one of our friends, and
Classic.
it was a whole
Classic
adventure.
Lothal. Yeah, I gotta tell you something. Lothal and I, we go pretty far back. Actually, we used to date. Okay, I hate to say it. I'm sorry, second. I'm sorry,
I
honey.
visibly shiver and have to hold back vomiting just at the idea of that.
Listen, it was nothing. Okay, it was nothing. He was a pretty smooth talker. Okay.
Yeah, that's why he was in the court, of course. With
Huh?
politicians, we all have to be good at talking.
He used to promise me that he'd be the next water baron there for Yata.
That's what he's still saying to this day.
He's still
trying to be. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
fucking dude, I'm going down a fucking Yata, kid. You don't even fucking know, dude.
Man, Yata's pretty backwards too. He couldn't even manage Yata. Oh my god! It's not like he's never winner.
I'm like fucking Ben Affleck.
It is. You're slowly
Fucking
becoming
good
Ben
lord,
Affleck, and it's great.
Oh god, when the apathy sets in, that's when I've got it. She's like, well, that's besides the point, son. I'm glad you're home. We've missed you tons, and we really need your help. That's a real big fucking chest of gold.
That's well. It took quite a bit to get. They don't pay very well out there. It's pretty sad. There was times I would offer, to borrow gold and then pay them back, and I'd say 10,000, and the whole town would be like, we have 1,000 towns. They're very poor out there.
I know everybody's all like, in this economy, come on, we've got to work. We've got to work. We got to make money, and we got to protect people.
You turned into Mark Wahlberg.
I was just going to say that's Marky Mark.
I'm all over the fucking place.
That means you're narrowing it down. You're getting more Bostonian of somebody who doesn't actually speak with a Bostonian accent. Like you're nailing it. Once you get Marky Mark,
that's a fucking huge chest, dude. Dude, fuck that. Say hi to your mother for me.
So anyway.
This is still rolling here.
Enough of torturing you guys with that.
Karma attacks everyone.
So anyway, I started blasting.
She kind of like steers you away, and Kaboku, I don't know if you choose to do so, but there's that chest of gold that's gonna need some lugging around. And you guys make your way back into the central keep.
He steals the chest, runs off. He's like, "Thanks for playing, guys." Logs out.
I would pay him money to do that. All right. What's that roll for, combo?
That was for Kiboku carrying the chest.
Oh, yeah, I think he got it. Natural 19, hell yeah.
Killed everywhere.
So you guys head in. You guys do some catching up. DeMarcus, I imagine you kind of like fully bring them up to speed.
I would. I don't think there's a single detail I would leave out. I would bring them up to speed. I like all the moments that were like horrible and have given DeMarcus PTSD over the adventure. I try to say with like like when you talk about a horrible event 3 years later to your friends drunk and you like say it in a happy way, but in your head you're getting a little PTSD as you replay it. It's that the whole time I'm telling the story. It's like so it was fun. Let me tell. I mean, we got out of there just in it was fun. It was
Before we proceed too far, Dave, are you okay, man?
yeah.
That's a very specific description.
Hey, listen, it was fun. It was fun.
Okay, yeah. So you're filling her in. She's like oohing and on. She's like so impressed. She's like, "Wow, that Flint guy sounds like a real, just a real shitter." You know, just like why?
Yeah. I think you guys would have really liked Callus. If you ever want to hear one of his sermons once this whole war thing's over, he does have a church now in Tribor. We did kind of help them rebuild, and we built a church there, and he's heading it for Aether. It's very hearing him speak. I mean, you don't even have to like Aether. Just hearing him speak it's phenomenal.
Wow.
Sublime.
Well, we might have to make a trip out to Tribal. I heard they've got great stallions out there. You know, some of the best horse stock is out there. I could use a new. Well, I don't know. I just went Australian out of nowhere. That was fucking weird. This is very hard. She's like, I could use a new horse. Oh my god. We'll come back to that line.
There's nobody who made you these people have this accent either. Like that's it's all you.
I know. I have a lot of regrets. I committed to the bit and I didn't.
It's too late. It's too late.
Demarcus's accent. Demarcus's accent is literally like slightly more elevated. Not even like really British. It's just kind of like effeminate, really.
Yeah,
There's
really.
no
Yeah,
way-
it's like a
for some
feminine,
reason-
a feminine rich boy is all Demarcus's accent is. Yeah.
I know, but I couldn't help myself. So, you're telling her all of these stories, and they're just listening with just like shock and awe. They certainly never experienced anything like this.
Yeah, I tell them all. I tell them all about what's the underwater place called?
Oh, the Maelstrom?
Yeah, the Maelstrom and everything going on with it. I completely catch them up to speed on
Okay.
the flying fucking castles, like everything.
Okay. She's like, oh, that poor princess just stuck on a chair like that. Well, you gotta help her. What are you gonna do to help her? Demarcus B. Windstorm the Third, what are you gonna do to help her?
He now sounds like the fucking retarded one from the Horde from what's that? The Split. You ever see that movie?
No,
I've never
no,
seen that.
it's fucking Seth MacFarlane doing 10.
Oh god.
But
Anyway, as you're going through all of this, like constantly attendants are coming up, and like your dad or your mom will break away, and they'll like quickly give orders, and like the party is starting. It's getting ready to kick off. They're sending people down to the cellars. They're bringing out all the good stuff, and they're stringing the streets with like streamers and all this stuff to really celebrate their boy coming home.
all right.
Now, all of that being said, you're certainly going to have a little bit of downtime before the festivities kick off this evening. And I will fast forward. I mean, you guys just spent a couple of weeks here. So why don't you guys each walk me through kind of what that looks like for you? We'll start with you, DeMarcus. It's your homecoming.
For the most part, I'm kind of, besides catching up with my family, obviously, and then like anybody else who I would know, I go talk to Kimley, catch up with her and everything. I think for the most part, I'm kind of, find a few times where I'm like going around, kind of seeing all the work they're doing and talking to my dad about all the shit going on around the Citadel. I think it's hard for him to fully like enjoy himself and let loose during the day, but like each night he's definitely getting drunk with Kamba, and I don't know if Kaboku's joining us.
Oh yeah, why not? Free ale, hanging out.
Yes, no, there ain't no party like a Demarcus B. Windstorm the third party because it's Demarcus B. Windstorm 30. Jesus Christ, I couldn't fucking do it all in one go.
Okay, yeah. You and Kimley share like a warrior's bond, after that first like meeting where you guys are kind of swapping stories, and you had no idea. Like Kimley's been there since you were a kid, and homegirl, like she's done time with the Harpers. She was part of the Zentarim for a little while. Like she's been around the block and she's kicked some
I
serious
ask her
ass.
if she knows uh what's his fucking name? Wizard.
Crowan?
Crowan, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, oh, Demarcus, I love Crowan.
He's the
That man,
best.
he
He,
absolute best.
he
Yeah.
definitely banged him.
Well, that's besides the point. I don't see why that's important here.
Who hasn't Crowan banged? He bangs dragons as dragons.
Right?
Good point.
Fucking amazing. Anyway, yeah, I've known Crowan for quite a while. He's been around with the Harpers for God centuries. Been around a long time.
Yes. Yeah, yes, we have the Harpers. I mean, that's how we've done most of our getting around. Thank God for those Harper circles, you know.
Yes, they serve a good purpose. The ask is high, so hence why I don't work for them anymore. I wanted to put down my roots. But they are generally very good people.
Yeah.
You walk the grounds with your dad. He kind of fills you in on what they're trying to do. Kamba savagely attacks you. Um, but
I die again.
instantly one hit, you're
Yeah.
gone. But yeah, he's walking you around. There's a lot more on guards, catapults, ballista. You see, there's a lot more patrols they've actually hired and actually like paid for these guards to move here, move their families here, giving them lodging. Like he's trying to increase the population too, and they're trying to throw it under this guise of like we repelled a giant attack, but he confides in you that like it was so close to tipping against them to a place where they could not have recovered and they would have lost it all. And so they're kind of running this like marketing campaign to move to the Windstorm Citadel where you can have your own home and be protected from giants. Um, and so far it's working. There's a lot of people that have come here. He's established some ties to some of the dwarves way far to the east. In fact, Citadel, not Felbar. What's the other one that I'm trying to think
I
of?
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
S- no, Citadel Adbar.
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 Yeah, Citadel Adbar, which
Adbar.
had the fake king, if you remember,
Yes.
the doppelganger that was pretending to be the king to help maintain order. They've struck some ties with them. They actually sent out a few of their stonemasons and engineers. Ruskell is one of the engineers that is kind of like heading up the fortification, and that was a fortune in itself. But they came with quality stone and some plans, and they've been carrying them out diligently. All right, Kamba. You know what? No, Kamba, you can wait. Kaboku.
Ooh. Ooh.
Kaboko, what do you see yourself doing when you're not drinking with Demarcus and Kamba?
Yeah, yeah. I would imagine it can't just be a nonstop party.
For 2 weeks, and it
Um,
pretty much is.
But yeah, no, doing exactly that, helping with some of the woodwork and stuff going on in terms of like rebuilding and setting up, that outer palisade. I imagine anything of the bigger stuff, heavier stuff, he would be involved in right away.
Awesome.
I mean, that's about it. I mean, he wandered out here, looking for work type of deal. So adventured his way over here.
Mm.
Fantastic.
Every once in a while he's working, lifting something heavy, when I'm trying to get him to rush to go get drinks with us, I walk over and cast levitate on a few things to make it go quicker.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right,
It's a
and
plan for
Combo,
training.
what about for you?
Kamba uses his kind of expertise in carpentry and battle and inspects the defenses looking for major weaknesses or overseeing things, or perhaps some places where we can improve some stuff? What do you want? Like an investigation role?
Yeah, let's go investigation, and we'll add your uh we'll add your proficiency with like your carpenter's tools as you're kind of investigating all
Wow.
this.
Yeah. I don't know where this dice is going. Oh, so what would you add
And
to
then plus your
just
proficiency,
investigation?
which is 4. So 15. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. With a
And Founder
15,
uses his luck roll and re-rolls that shit.
sure. All right, even better, 19.
19.
Okay. Yeah, you catch some things, and a lot of it's like how efficiently these people can work. So you're helping them with some of that, which even like these dwarven engineers are like, oh, that's actually a pretty good idea. um and you notice some areas that maybe lack proper coverage from the ballista, like it can't turn all the way this direction, and so really you should put up like a wooden wall to stop arrows from that direction. Can't shoot that way, might as well protect yourself from that way, even if it's just like against some arrow shots. And so you're going through all of the castle as much as you can get to, and offering guidance, helping some people out that are clearly like not cut out for carpentry work but they needed a job. um yeah, and it's coming together real nicely. Okay, so after a few days of this partying and really relishing the enjoyment of the third born, or the third, I should say, the third son of the Windstorm dynasty, um, people are excited to have this break. However, they are all working until the evening, which normally is not the case. Normally it's like all day, every day party. But these guys don't need to be prodded to it. They understand. Well, most of them understand that like we've got to get this job done. We got to do it quick. And that's exactly what's happening. So even in your short time here, it is miraculous how much is getting done, and how fast this is all coming up. And after those few days, you see another procession come through. This one a little bit different, headed once again by a young Air Genasi. Approaches, comes in, and you hear mom go, "Oh, fuck's sake, Lionel's here. Demarcus, can you just can you tell him to fuck off and go back on patrol? We need eyes out there, and that's his whole job." And Demarcus, you're like, okay, yeah, I guess I can do that.
Yeah.
And you see a monster of an Air Genasi. Like, homeboy sold his soul to the devil. There's no way that the scrawny Lionel that you've known all your life could possibly have put on that much mass. And he is wielding this really tall, like abnormally tall spear, not quite like a pike, but a really long spear, and he's got this ornate shield. He's like unfortunately handsome and dashing and like a perfect jaw structure. Like, this isn't Lionel. Lionel was surely killed and replaced by somebody. Um, but you do recognize at the core it is Lionel. And he comes in, he says, "Oh, Third?
Lionel?
Yeah.
What 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 gym have you been hitting? Because that's, I mean, there's some magic involved here, right?
Um, I mean, yes, there is a little bit of magic involved, but like it's just protein shakes that
That
happen to have a little bit of enchantment on them, a little bit of Hell Giant strength. You put that into your workout routine, and oh god, the pump is great.
is Combo with me to hear this?
I don't know. It's up to you guys.
Combo.
Sure. Kamba hears it.
Oh no.
Kamba,
Oh
Kamba
no.
looks. Kamba looks over at you and just kind of rolls his eyes.
Looks down at your hill giant potion.
But yeah, he says, once we heard of all the things going on in this world, everything getting a little scary, my dad said it was probably time I stopped being such a wimp and maybe lift some heavy things. Pick them up, put them back down. Pick them up, put them back down.
Yeah,
Until I couldn't, which for like the first 3 months was like once on a good day.
I feel that, yes. That's why I do this. And again, I cast levitate on something, and I pick it up and I put it back down.
Oh, DeMarcus, you were always the smart one.
Well, it's nice to have the magic, but well, it doesn't really keep you as safe as well whatever the hell is going on with your body.
What is what is his procession looking like?
What is his procession looking like? Is that what you said? Or perception?
Procession.
Procession.
Oh, procession. Oh, it's literally just like 4 cards. It's nothing too wild. He didn't come in fancy. He came in from coming off duty at work, essentially.
Are they yeah, a bunch of Geiga Chads.
Yeah.
Are they carrying a chest or anything?
No, they are not.
Hey, so it's really great catching up. I haven't seen you since for years now, but I we saw your procession coming. With everything going on, why is it that you aren't currently patrolling? We kind of need it now more than ever. And with your new strength, I mean, I'm sure you're more help out there than you are here.
Listen, DeMarcus, you raise a good point. I'm off duty, is the simple answer here. But I'm actually, if you don't mind, I gotta go to the hospital. Got a little bit of work ahead of me.
What is that? Why the hospital?
Oh, well, I mean, these guns didn't come by themselves. And he kind of rubs his hands together, and you watch this kind of like golden energy start to envelop his hands, very reminiscent of what Callus could do when he cast Cure Wounds on you. And he says, on my days off, I go to the hospital, help fix up any of the construction workers that maybe took a tumble, make sure they're staying on their feet, and then I go back on patrol. So I'm off for the next couple of days. You and I are gonna have to get a beer or two, maybe 3.
Well, you've come back just in time. You know how the party is when one of us returns with our gold, and you found yourself right in the middle of it.
Yeah, I did. Listen, I gotta say, when I brought back my 10,000 gold a couple months ago, didn't look like this. They really went all out for you. Makes a brother a little jealous.
Wait, a couple months ago, didn't you turn 23 like 8 years ago?
Well, come on, DeMarcus, you can do this in front of people like this?
I'm sorry. Well, I'm sure with everything going on with the Giants, I'm sure they were just a little distracted.
He pulls you to the side. He's like, I got a late start, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm just very. I guess I'm just like proud of myself for doing it in such a short time. I forgot that not everybody gets it done that quickly.
Listen, you should be proud. DeMarcus, third. Don't get me wrong, man. You did great. I wish I could have done it as fast as you.
I mean, I mean, look, I as much as I just gave you shit, made it sound bad for you. It's not like our Uncle Jan, who, when Jan took 20 years to get his 10,000 gold, and he only got it because he hit big on the casino finally after blowing it. So hey, it could be worse,
Well, I mean, you're right. It's not easy to beat out my dad. I mean, that son of a bitch. Anyway, listen. I'm gonna go help those guys out. Try not to throw me under the bus like that.
I'm sorry. I'll buy you. Drinks are on me tonight. I apologize.
Kamba stands in his way.
Okay, so before he leaves, he says, "You're right. drinks are on you tonight. And he slaps you on the shoulder and he casts aid, and you just feel a little bolstered as you get 5 additional hit points.
Okay, all right.
And as he turns around after like slapping him on the back, he walks straight into Kamba, who's blocking them from entering through the gate.
Yeah, he's pretty much eye level with you. He's not as big as Kaboku, but he is like a solid 6'2", pushing like 220, pretty stacked guy. And he sees you and he says, "Oh, oh man, I'm sorry. Are you hurt? Do you need a little bit of help?"
Oh no, I mean, I was just I was just waiting to see why you were thinking about coming in here. I'm under express orders from the lady of the manor herself to tell you explicitly to go fuck off. I believe were her words.
Oh.
Kamba folds his arms.
He just kind of like he rolls his eyes and he's like, you know, it doesn't seem to matter how much I do for this town, how much I do for the Citadel, how many people I help. She's still got beef. I get it. My dad fucked up, okay? I don't see why I have to pay that price.
Kamba
So,
spits on the ground to the side.
really, I mean, listen, these guys need my help. Are you going to stand in the way of me helping all of these injured workers?
You know what I'll let you do, Storm? I'll let you persuade me for it.
Okay, he's got a measly +3 on his persuasion. Let's see what he's got here. 16.
Well, who am I to stand in the way of such a fine gentleman? Get down there. Get yourself on in here, boy.
Demarcus is just pinching his like hit the bridge of his nose and like shaking his head at the ground because Kamba's right. Like so, like he didn't want to get in the way of that because that was what we were ordered to do. But also I had just been like, ah, yeah, you. So like I literally just I'm standing to the side like, ah.
Was it Demarcus for you? It especially makes sense. This is radically different than the Lionel you knew growing up.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
he was awkward. His timing was always awful. He got a little bit of confidence with his muscles. It was a bundle package.
Right. So for me, I'm just like
Like,
I don't know what to do in the situation. So at first I'm like oh yeah, Kamba's making the right call, and then I see Kamba just immediately be like, nah, you're right, and I'm like, all right, like I don't.
Can I do an insight roll on this guy? Like, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't really
Sure.
trust this dude. All the stories are that this guy's an asshole and he's weird, and now his face changes.
Oh
and
no, I
he's got
fully
all
agree.
powerful.
Yeah,
Kiboku's impressed with this masculine man doing good deeds.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an insight check.
Unfortunately, Kamba is not the most insightful person in the whole world.
I'm only a +1. We lost our.
So 11. I mean, it's kind of hard to get a read.
I'll go ahead and roll an insight too as I'm watching him and Kamba have this little spat.
Sure.
Yeah.
Kaboku, I'd say you were probably present for this too, working on some lumber nearby.
Oh, yeah, sure. He's running to the bathroom right now.
Okay.
Give me a second. What's your
His
What's your
insight
insight?
is +1.
No, it's a +1.
Mm-hmm.
I just got 16.
Throw the dice. Throw the dice.
Nat 20! Tell us his entire plan, Storm. Tell us his intentions.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, for starters, this is all from Kaboku's perspective.
Yes.
So Kaboku, when he's kind of like eyeing this guy up and down, because he heard the order, like he's heard the stories. He was there for a lot of that conversation. He looks him up and down. He's like, no, he's just a good dude. Something about your mom and him isn't meshing well, but everything he said was honest. He was very sincere and felt very trustworthy.
Wow. The only way the only reason I trust and believe that fully is because it was a nat 20. Unless this motherfucker got a nat 20 on deception, but
No, no.
all right, okay.
All right.
Like I said,
Okay. So, you guys carry on with your day. You can see if you looked in the hospital, you'd see that he's just continually casting prayer of healing, so he can heal up to what is it, 10
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
targets
It's
every 10
ridiculous.
minutes. So it's enough to get them back. Sorry, 6 creatures. But it's enough to get them back up and running and back to work. Um, and the day continues and the day ends with fun festivities.
I think DeMarcus, I'm gonna at some point show off my new magic. I'm gonna fucking using my teleporting and flying and bullshit. Kind of find the time to square off against my dad in a race across the rooftops.
Okay. Yeah, he kicks your ass, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're no match. You're no match for the second. Um, so yeah, I mean it's a great moment for the two of you. You guys are having lots of fun. It's new terrain for you too, and you can
That's true.
tell, despite your dad working hard, he knows this place like the back of his hand. He's been waiting for you to come and challenge him again, and he memorized the course. Um, and so he kicks your butt, and you guys are sitting there. The night has come. The town is enjoying their revelry, um, and you guys are looking out, and it's a peaceful night. And out in the distance, over the ocean, you see this like pretty intense looking storm out on the horizon. Occasional lightning strike. It's beautiful, and you and your dad, you're sitting there on a rooftop, just kind of enjoying each other's company, looking out. Rain starts to slowly patter, and he says, "You know, son, times like these, they make you realize how lucky some of us are. This whole sending, coming of age, I don't refute its value. But son, this has been a tough 6 months. Miss having you around, miss these races."
Well, I'll be honest. As much as I miss being home, I will say the value in my journey has been, well, besides the towns and cities and people I've helped save, I kind of, well, I should tell you, I am planning on leaving again, at least for a while, and I'll talk to you more about possibly some help that we could use, but the the giants that I told you, we need to assault them before they assault us again, and well, right now, I mean, I don't want to take my gold back as it goes to this festival, and clearly the Citadel needs some help. But I was thinking maybe a ship or two, or a ship and a good-sized crew that could go with us. We we need to hit the waters. We have some business to attend in the Moonshade Isles as well as out by the Purple Rocks. But mostly we have to assault these giants before they're able to attack the land again.
Well, man, 2 weeks isn't enough, but I get it. It's a lot that needs doing. Um, a ship, gosh. Honestly, son, I can't spare a ship. We we're behind on getting supplies here as it is. I have a contact with Wow. Actually, with the Harpers.
I've actually come to know them well myself.
Yeah, you were telling me that.
Mhm.
Listen, I'd recommend reaching out to them. They can probably get you a crew, a boat. Tell you what. And he just kind of talks for about 25 words. And after a moment, he gets a response. All right. Neverwinter, 3 days. There'll be a ship ready for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Listen, anything I can do to help. And to make sure that you've got a good crew around you. So, shit. Sorry, 1 second. And he sent another message. And after a bit, it comes back and he says, okay, you're looking for a man named Zaldar Flotian. He's a half elf. And his ship is called the Kelpie's Kiss.
I kind of snicker.
I know, it's a cute name, right? Well, anyway, I have it on good authority from my contact at the Harpers. He's a good captain. His crew is very capable. And I'll help you track this down.
Oh, that should be more than enough to help. Like I said, to the gold, I was glad to be able to come home, and now I'm more glad than ever I was able to help out with the, everything going on here. But we will be needing to continue on with my adventure for a little bit longer here.
Oh,
Got some unfinished business.
I understand. Listen, that business, and he gets cut off as this lightning cracks way closer to you guys. And he's like, "Ooh, wow, that was a little bit closer." And you guys kind of just by default deflect storms away from you.
Yeah, I have that.
Um,
I have that rain protection fucking.
so does your
Passive thing.
dad.
Yeah, of course.
So does your dad. So and you guys have kind of gotten to the point where it's normal. And so you don't notice the external effects as much as say somebody that has to deal with being rained on that heavily. But the storm is really picking up. And you look out and crossing the ocean is what looks like probably a tsunami. It is hundreds of feet wide. It is hundreds of feet tall. But all of the water is flowing down. And at the crown of this massive, what looks like a wave of water, are all of these thunder clouds, these mean looking thunder clouds. And they are moving unnaturally fast. And after your dad kind of freaks out after that first lightning and tries laughing it off, he kind of focuses in on this storm coming over the ocean. And he goes, son, I don't like the look of that.
Ready some defenses. This, I think I might know what this is, and I'm gonna immediately just jump off the rooftop and make my way to go find Kamba and whoever else. Kamba,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so you jump off the roof, fucking dope ass style. You open up your
Yes,
wingsuit a little bit.
wingsuit.
You know that scene in Transformers when they drop out of the plane and they're like flying through the towers and like around them.
Yes.
You're like doing that shit. And it's pretty dope. Combo, you're very distracted by how awesome it is. But yeah, you're able to see Kamba pretty quick and easy. Probably regaling some people of some tales and old histories. And Kamba, I imagine you don't need warning because lightning starts popping off and the storm starts coming fast.
Yeah, Kamba jumps up. I mean, where is he when Demarcus lands here? What's going on?
Yeah, I'd say that you guys are probably about there. We'll say, just for simplicity's sake.
Unfortunate.
I,
Well, what the
I,
fuck are we gonna do
I,
here,
I,
Demarcus?
I look
There
at
ain't no way this place is ready to take this on.
I look at Kaboku and I'm like, hey, I'm really hoping that you're as good with those swords as you are with your carpentry, because we're gonna need every hand we can get.
Yeah, yeah. Kaboko's just looking around with no idea what is going on.
I I kind of I don't know if I want to literally waste a spell slot, but I lead them up to the roofs to get a vantage point so they can see what me and my dad saw from the rooftops.
Yeah,
Which
I mean,
direction is it coming from?
it's coming from. I should probably fix the calendar, or not the calendar. Wow, the compass, but it is coming from the north of the compass. So
So, but from the sea, in other words.
yeah, but so technically it'd be from the west. But if you're using the compass on the map, it would be to the north.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys see this incoming storm. I'll say just before this storm wall hits and starts crashing into the buildings. What would you each like to do?
It's so the storm is it literally like a tsunami, like a wall of water that's about to hit?
No, it's just such torrential
storm wall.
Okay,
downpour
okay. Oh
that
yeah.
it
Yeah.
looks like it.
I've seen that actually coming over the ocean before. It's awesome.
Person,
It's
Get
fucking
inside.
awesome.
Like or some stone building. Get inside of a stone building.
Oh well, as you're standing with me, none of the rain is hitting you whatsoever.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a 10-foot
I
bubble.
forgot
It's
about
a
that.
10-foot bubble around me that no rain falls in. That's just a
All right.
That's just a passive thing that I have because I'm broken.
Just a little bit.
The character's broken.
There, I'm gonna get a
How
little
would I?
light here. There
How
we
would
go.
I go about readying myself for a fucking storm wall and storm giants?
So as it gets closer, Kamba, with Mister Advantage on perception there. What does Kamba see as the storm wall gets closer?
Oh yeah, that's true.
What do you
Combo
turtle
just
eyes see?
continued toward sea. Why doesn't I hate that so much?
When it doesn't carry over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then yeah. Hey,
Ooh.
21.
21. Combo, with your keen eyes, you are able to pierce the haze that is part of the storm, and you can see this object, this solid mass floating in the sky, and it's spooky. Man, this
Is it
fog
on?
is spooky. My God. Let me drop this back down so we can actually see. But
I would say that was pitch black.
yeah, you see off to the west at like the forefront of this storm is what you've seen before. It is a giant sky castle floating ominously towards you, lightning bolts arcing out and down towards the ground.
Demarcus, I'm afraid to say your citadel here, we may be better served evacuating people than defending it.
Evacuate where? The storm wall is moving quicker than any of us would be able to. I don't think evacuation is going to be an option for this.
You sacrifice what people, defenders you can, and get the hell out the other side, man. I mean, you think your citadel here is going to be able to take on a thing? We'll die trying. It'll be fun. And Kaba starts, I guess, going to whatever closest ballista is there. I guess that's
Okay.
rallying the troops.
Yeah. So as you guys are having this conversation, second, the Demarcus B. Windstorm the second, is already, he's like zipping around between towers. He's calling out to people to stand ready. They don't know where it's coming from yet, necessarily like the threat within it, but they know there is a threat coming. And you can see all of these townsfolk that are out having a good time are scrambling to stone, or unfortunately sometimes wooden buildings for protection against this massive storm that is coming.
I guess I would zip over to my father, point out the fucking floating castle, and explain to him what it is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna drop you guys. Kimboku, what are you doing while all of this is going down?
Yeah, my first thought would be to get into like a stone building or something with or again like fall if they're rallying troops and people for a defense or something along those lines, he'd probably go to that area with that group of people.
Okay, sure. So yeah, that is what's happening. So there's a lot of folks being rallied. There are a couple of guards up here already manning this ballista, but they seem terrified. um, and as you approach, and your father is there trying to direct them, but he's no battlefield commander. He's a strong sorcerer, um, but that's about where his combat sense falls short. So he's looking about, and he sees you, Demarcus, and he sees you point this out, and he says, "Oh no, we have to protect the people. Um, guards, stand fast. Ballistas at the ready. Just knock it out of the sky? I don't know, son. What do you think? Do you think we can do it?"
Um. Uh. just yeah. No, I have no clue.
Okay.
I'm just kind of staring at it and just trying to think of a plan whatsoever. How high up is the castle?
It looks like it might be like 300 feet up.
So well above like, or yeah, I'd say probably so like 200 feet above like the where we're sitting right now, pretty much.
Probably thereabouts, yeah.
Knock it out of the sky or find a way to do something. We don't want that hovering above us, I don't think.
All right. I want everybody to go ahead and roll me initiative.
Oh god. Come on, good initiative rolls, for the love of God. Not fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what's your initiative, Kev?
Oh, let me see what this is. Where is it on here?
You have a +3.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, can you give them control of Kaboku and Kamba?
Yeah, he should have it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a 9.
Okay, so Combo, you got a 22, is that right?
Nat
Yes.
2022.
Holy smokes. Okay. And Kaboku, you got a 9.
Oh, I was gonna say, Kamba, don't you get advantage on initiative? But
Yeah, it's kind of pointless.
what are you gonna double? Yeah, hey, see if you get 2 nat 20s. You know.
Oh, then I would be wasting a 20.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. You gotta save those.
Don't-
But maybe you get the nat 1 and you get that out of the way.
Listen, don't tempt the dice gods. Don't tempt them. Okay, so as you guys are trying to figure out like what should we do, there are multiple cracks of lightning and thunder as this citadel starts to loom ever closer. So much so to the point where it is hovering almost directly over the Windstorm Citadel. And Kamba is the first to act, but actually before all of this happens, Kamba, you watch as bodies start dropping off of this floating castle towards the city, and they slow just before impact. But one definitely giant sized. And then it looks like he has some minions with him. And they've landed kind of in this square here.
Where?
You should see a little circle on the map.
Oh, okay, there it is. Sorry.
No, you're good. So yeah, they seem to have done like a, high altitude, low opening drop straight into the center of this castle area, and you can hear the screams of people, and lightning starts striking more regularly, a little more targeted. Um, and you can see some guards freaking out. Some of them are loosing their crossbows just at the stone. Nothing's happening, and then ballistas, catapults, angars all start firing towards this. And your dad looks at you all, and he says, "I think we can handle this, but they're not equipped to fight any actual fighting force. You, you three, you can do it. Keep them from whatever mayhem they plan to destroy my town with. Go and fight them."
I nod my head, look at the other two.
Kamba points at the courtyard and looks at DeMarcus and says, "I need to get there."
I honestly don't even have a fucking far enough to do that in one go. I think it's gonna be more along the lines of
It's pretty far, so what we can do, just to kind of expedite this process, is
Cast fly on me.
not even that. Demarcus's dad is going to he's going to twin cast teleport, or not teleport, but fuck, what's your spell?
dimension.
Dimension door.
No.
Well, actually, yeah, he'll just cast Dimension Door. He'll cast Dimension Door straight to the top of here, so that you guys are closer, and that'll be how he starts off combat. Is he's gonna drop you guys like right on this rooftop over here.
Show me.
I will. I'm just gonna move your guys' tokens.
Demarcus doesn't go with the dimension door because with the it can only carry so many people. I'm gonna use my wingsuit.
Dimension Door only carries.
I think dimension door would only be the person casting it and one person they could grab.
Oh, you're right. What's the one I'm thinking? I'm thinking Dimension
Vortex
Gate.
War. Oh,
No.
sure. Yeah, there you
Dimension
go.
Gate.
He's probably
And that-
high enough level.
Yes, he is. So he'll cast Dimension Gate, and then it looks like he's preparing to cast some powerful magic against this floating citadel. So, Kamba, you find yourself on top of this roof. Looking down, you see that there is a hill giant, three bugbears that kind of look like troopers, and then you see one just kind of monster of a bugbear.
I don't see them.
I am working on getting them on the board. Sorry, 1 second.
Why can't I see them?
Can you see them now? And I'll say that they all have torches.
I see
I can
a
see one.
bugbear.
It might just be our
One.
it might just be our line of sight.
Oh yeah, it might be your line of sight.
That's fine. I look at Combo, who clearly looks the most ready since he rolled a nat 20. And I just yell, jump! Like, trust me, jump.
Okay. Kamba runs to the edge of the thing, not needing much prompting from his friend. There. and he leaps from the thing.
Go, yeah, wherever you would land. As soon as he jumps off, I reaction feather fall, and I cast it on all three of us. It lasts for like a minute or
Yeah.
something.
Uh,
So
it'll work
yeah,
perfectly for that.
exactly. So we're all safe to fall right now.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay. Kamba, you
Kamba pulls out his battle axe, and as he jumps, he spots the hill giant and like swings wildly at just randomly, like an asshole, through the air. Hey,
believe it or
does
not,
26 hit?
a 26 does hit.
All right. I'll just do the damage now. All right. And then as he kind of lands in a badass pose, he spins and takes a whack at the thing. Does a 14 hit?
14 does not hit.
I'm going to use a superiority die and add a d8 to that.
Okay. Ooh, that does
So,
hit.
yeah. And then I'll do my damage, which 28 plus 7. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. Okay.
And then,
So, oh, you
right,
got more.
and as a bonus action, he kind of does like a little jab in its shin. Or no, you know what? He stabs his shield down on its toe.
Okay.
Uh, I believe that was just a.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
that was
didn't.
+9, right? That was just my normal.
Yeah, it's just your normal unarmed attack.
Yeah.
25 hits. So it's just a D4.
No, it's different. It's not.
It's a D4. You didn't
Uh,
rage. Because normally it's a D4 plus your rage.
okay. Shit, I didn't rage. You're right. Oh well.
You can at the end of your turn.
Can I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a
Isn't
bonus
rage a
action.
bonus action?
Uh,
I just used a bonus action.
you did just use a bonus action. Double check that. If it's a free action, sweet. If it's a bonus action, then yeah, you'll have to wait till next turn.
As a bonus action.
It is a bonus action?
Yeah.
Okay. Bummer. All
Okay.
right. So Kamba, you step through this dimension gate, jump off this roof, slam your battle axe into this hill giant on your way down, cleaving into its flesh, landing. You go to strike him again, but he brings his cudgel around that he was using as like a battering ram, and he blocks your axe strike, but you leverage it just enough to slide your handle up against his, and your axe blade cuts into his hand, and then you slam your shield down into his toe, and he bellows out in pain, and then you hear this like guttural growling build behind you as all of these bugbears see you, and they just kind of seize this opportunity to pounce, and they all rolled better than everybody else. And so they're all going to surge forward, starting with the bugbear chief. He is going to run behind you, Kamba, so that you are flanked, and he is going to make an attack. um let's see here. Oh, they get surprise attack. Interesting. Well, it's not a surprise, so it's just a normal attack here. He's got a Morning Star. He is going to attempt to hit you. 17 at advantage. So 17 plus 5 is 22.
Yeah, 22 hits.
Okay, so comes this. 11 points of damage. Clear out these dice. Okay. And then he has another attack. So he will try swinging on you again, Kamba. At advantage because you are flanked. Only an 18.
No.
What
All
is
right.
your AC now with your new stuff? Did it go up?
Yeah, it's a 21.
Jesus, fuck yeah.
Damn, what have I done? Um, okay. Combo, you're gonna get absolutely surrounded by 1, 2. This guy's actually gonna hang back. He's the one that looks up and sees 2 bad guys up above. He's gonna pull out a javelin and he's going to throw a javelin as best he can. I think it's probably
What
outside
is his? I would say that. What's his
range.
range on that?
Yeah, so it'll be at disadvantage. So we'll start there. So you get a javelin coming your way, which is oh, certainly a miss. A 9 to hit.
Yeah, that misses.
Figius. Okay. Um. Cool. So that's all he's got. Let's see here. Let's move on to the next bugbears. They are both going to make their single attacks. They don't have a whole lot here to offer. And you're not flanked by them. So a 21 by the first guy and a 9 by the second. 21 hit. Comba.
Hit me? Yeah, a 21 does. Oh, 21 is my AC. So
Okay,
yes.
so that's all right. So combo, you'll take 7 points of damage.
That's correct.
Okay, Demarcus, you are up.
Wait.
Kaboku, you are on deck.
Oh wow, I thought I rolled fucking. I didn't realize. Okay, well with my 35 feet of movement and 10 feet of fly, mix that all into using my wingsuit to cut directly across. Why can't I pick up my character? What is happening? There we go. To cut across to right there on the rooftop. Ah, now I couldn't see the fucking bugbears this whole time.
Oh, now you can.
Yeah, now I can. Okay. Holy shit. Yeah, that's not great. So that's all.
Yeah.
That's all of my movement.
Demarcus, you can also see a couple of bodies in the street. Looks like they've killed a couple of civilians.
Jamarcus, I think, is in his own form of like I wouldn't call it. It's not like a blind rage. It's more of like a blind defense. It's like fight or flight to its finest, and it's just fight. I'm going to. What do I want to do? I don't have a bunch of great options with this angle. What I want to do. All the civilians there are clearly dead.
Yeah, I mean they look like mangled.
Cool. Then in that case, I want to cast. Where is it? Where is it? Is it a? It's not a 4th level spell, is it? Yeah, it is. Storm Sphere. And I am going to. God, do I want to waste it? Yeah, I do. And what is it? It's a 20-foot radius. So let me see. I obviously don't want to get combated. Can I move the sphere? No.
Yeah, you should be able to like create the sphere, lock it, and then move it how you want. I think if you should be able to like right click on it or something.
I don't think I can. You might have to.
Okay, I'll make it. But yeah, so you just want to make a sphere
So I want to
here.
make it 20 feet, catching as many people as possible. Obviously not combo, and hopefully leaving space for Kiboku to jump down. We'll see where that lands.
Okay. There we go.
Basically, I want to try to get the 3 bugbears in the hill giant. At least.
Yeah,
2
and that's all you will be able to get.
Yeah.
Because of just the way combo is positioned.
Right, exactly. So I want to try to leave space for Kiboku to land next to Kamba if that's his plan.
Yeah. So here we go. So yeah, we'll say there you go.
Will that work? Is there space at the door there next to Kamba?
Yes, there is. Here, let me move it this way. Yeah, we'll say it's fine. He could fall
Then
right on the
that is what
edge.
I haven't cast it in a while. Okay, so uh, as soon as it appears, or if they end their turn there, so they all right. So everybody in it now has to succeed on a strength saving throw, DC 15.
Okay. Um, as you can guess, the hill giant not too bad at that, but the bugbears themselves aren't great. So let's see here. Strength saving throw.
Yep, DC 15 strength.
Okay, they've only got a +2 here. Yeah, bugbears fail, and then let's do the giant. He has a +6. Here we go. Oh my gosh, they all fail.
Okay, so they all take. Why did that disappear?
Oh, I'm sorry, I cleared dice. That's my bad.
Oh, as I was rolling it, that's okay.
Yeah.
So they all just take 5 damage bludgeoning real quick.
Okay.
And then as my bonus action, I make a lightning bolt shoot out from the sphere. I roll with advantage to hit, and the 2 hit. Jesus, this spell's fucking stupid. It's all being so bad. It won't carry over. That's okay. It's a +7 to this.
Okay.
I'm going for the hill giant.
Okay. Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay, so he will take. Why is this being a pain in the ass? 4d6 lightning.
Whoa.
Okay,
11.
and that
Don't
is
you have some lightning bullshit?
only if I'm within 5 feet of them.
Okay.
So that, or 10 feet, whatever it is, I'll figure it out when it comes to that. That is my reaction, action, bonus action, everything. So that's all.
Okay.
I'm done.
All right, Demarcus is spent. I'm gonna turn you around so you're facing the battle.
Yeah, please.
All right, Kaboku, it is your turn. You have Featherfall cast on you, so you can safely drop.
Yes, I will drop in next to Combo there. Oh, I'm way up on the roof there. And then attack. I would imagine just the nearest opponent to where I am.
Yeah.
So would that be the hill giant then?
You could do the hill giant, or you could do this bugbear.
Yeah, I'll do the no, the hill giant.
Okay.
And I'll just lash out with my longsword here.
All right.
What was your bonus?
Let's see. Where's the one there? Oh, I'm in the wrong thing.
Then their actions.
Actions. Is that a +8 on there?
Probably.
I don't know.
Ooh. That's a one. That's a +9. With a 1d8
Jesus.
+3 for damage.
Oh yeah. I thought I was rolling to attack.
Yeah, you are.
You are
Oh,
+8.
+9. Do you see in the middle?
Oh, that's the long. Yeah, it's a +8 though. That's the one above it.
Well, you're rolling a longsword +1.
Oh yeah, that's right. Correct.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at long bow.
Yeah,
and
that's
that's so no. He only has a +8.
Yep, +8.
All right.
So that was a 12 then.
A 12 does not hit.
There you go. And then, so I'm not familiar with this addition. So can I use, well, it's 2 attacks per turn, and then, I have the thing Horde Breaker.
Yes, I was just reading that. That's sick as fuck.
What is
Yeah, so
that?
I was just gonna use that to lash out with that sword again to the
Okay.
bugbear that's adjacent.
Go for it. So essentially what it lets him do is whenever he makes a weapon attack once on his turn, he can attack a different creature within 5 feet of him. It's pretty cool. Oh, that's definitely a hit too.
Yeah. What is your damage?
Are you wielding
pretty
this with
much-
one hand or 2 hands?
One hand, I imagine. I hadn't
Okay.
thought otherwise. So
Okay, so 1d8 + 4 then.
no, I got you. I see how it is.
Perfect. It's so weird how similar you guys talk. Not just your voices, Your terminology and inflection is all so similar.
Oh, yes.
Okay, nice. 11 points of damage. That's no joke. He is bloodied. He's looking pretty beat up.
Fuck this
No,
whole
and
thing.
I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Do you have any bonus actions? Or did he-
Beats me.
He doesn't because we don't have any spells set up for him right now. He does. He has hidden step as a Fearbolg, has a bonus
did see
action. He
that.
can turn invisible, but he may want to save that. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought about using
Oh,
that until Featherfall, but no.
Can't he just attack with another and do another bonus action attack with his sword?
He cannot because he doesn't have. I'm sorry. I'm activating some stuff on his
Everybody
character
has
sheet.
2-weapon fighting, if that's what you're gonna say.
Yeah, it just wouldn't be with the long sword. It has to be with a different weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he could draw his
Okay,
short
he doesn't
sword.
have to. He doesn't have. Does it cost an action to draw a weapon?
It's a free object interaction to draw a weapon.
So you could draw your short sword and
Yeah.
attack if you wanted.
Yeah, I might as well draw the short sword and attack that bloodied bugbear then.
You just
And
don't.
try to
Okay.
beat him
You just
down.
don't roll with the plus. Is it the plus to hit or the plus to damage that you
The
don't
plus
roll?
to damage is what you don't roll with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Well, that's certainly a hit. So go ahead and roll 1d6.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Ignore that one.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right. Okay, he's barely hanging on. He's looking real rough. And then Kaboku, I attuned a couple of your magical items. You have to attune to things in this edition in order to get their benefits. So now you actually have a current maximum HP of 105.
Jesus fucking
Gotcha.
more than
Yeah.
double mine.
Yes, he has an
Yeah,
amulet
that's
of
more than
health
mine.
and and a cloak of elven kind. That's what I rolled for him. So,
Yeah.
Oh, I see how it's.
so that will finish your turn. That'll bring us to the last combatant in this round, which is the Hill Giant. And the Hill Giant is going to make 2 attacks. He's going to make one against Kamba, and he's going to make one against this little, well, not so little to him, Fearbolt, because I mean, you're only about a foot shorter than him, which is pretty wild. So he is going to make 2 great club attacks. Kamba, this first one's for you. You are flanked, since he has 10 feet of reach. So he rolls at advantage. 25 to hit you. So Kamba, you will take 16 points of damage. And then a normal attack against Kaboku. 16 to hit Kaboku.
What's your armor class?
Yeah, armor class 17.
Sick. Kaboku, you bring up your short sword and your long sword and you cross them in this X and you catch his club with your blades crossed, kind of wrenching them down towards you. You're able to push it back off, and this Hill Giant, who normally dominates anything he sees on the battlefield, is very confused by how strong of a Fearbolg you are. All right, and then that'll bring us to the top of the order. But it's 9:30, and I understand that one of us has to leave. Kaboku. Sorry, I don't know your actual name, so I can't address you as such.
Oh yeah, Kevin is my real name.
Kevin. All right. But yeah, we can pick up here. Not next week because I'm out of town next week, but the following
God
week.
damn you.
I know. Actually, that's not true. If everybody's available on Thursday, I can do next Thursday.
Thursdays are even better for me normally.
Okay.
Yeah, I could probably do that.
Okay, so let's plan on Thursday for now. And then as we get closer, I'll just double check with everybody that works for you, and then we'll pick up on round 2 of this combat.
Fuck yeah.
Sweet.
Ugh.
All right. Well, I hope you guys had fun. I know we've been away from it for a little while, so I know I had fun, even with my shitty New Jersey accent.
Nah, I made it perfect.
That's pretty good.
All right. Well, Kevin, I hope you had fun. Hope to see you again, sir.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, have a wonderful rest of your evening. I'll talk to you all later.
Adios.
Take it easy.
Word.
So Kevin's actually gonna stick around for this.
Oh, maybe we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just constant running outside here real quick.
Hmm.
Oh, it's all rainy and shit.
I know there's no way that this fight is the end of this.
No, we'll see. I mean, I'm down to do a 2-person fucking campaign for Christ's fucking sake. I don't really give a shit. But
Oh yeah. No, it would be super cool if Kevin stuck around. Fucking having this verbal, it's kind of like, sure, we don't have a healer, but
hold on a second.
having two fucking
Yeah, having 2 people and we each run
having
2 people.
yeah, well, no, I didn't even mean that. I was saying fucking if Kevin were to like either whether one more or however many, having 2 brick walls and then me circling the arena is pretty great. Sucks we don't have a healer
He's difficult to nail down to a tight, you know what I mean? A
to a
tight thing.
schedule.
Yeah, it's his wife. Like
Okay.
his wife doesn't want him to. Like, the only reason I knew this would work is because I knew that both my mom and my sister and my stepdad and my brother-in-law were all here to watch the 3-year-old, and so both Kevin and Megan couldn't say I don't have a reason to. And everybody's
Right.
excited to watch him. Everybody wants to watch him. You know what I mean? Like, it's just that was the only reason we could get him to play, and he still didn't really even play because he was mad and he knew Megan would be pissed about nothing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, unfortunately too, he jumped in a super role play heavy like fucking DeMarcus episode.
And that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
Yeah.
I said, and that's fine. Shit happens.
Well, that's why I was like, well, that's why I introduced you as soon as we got to them, and then fucking asked him to come for drinks and shit. Because I was like, well, hopefully I can at least fucking try to suck him into the role playing too. Because it was obviously a bad time to start.
No, I mean, I think my buddy Jack like took a break from all of his other games. And I've been saying like, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. And with us. And he never grew up playing video games. It's like easy to relate with him to a lot of things. And then you make a video game reference and he has no idea what you're talking about.
That's so weird.
It's very strange, dude. It's very strange. And he has like a shitty Dell. He wouldn't even be able to run Tailspire.
Oh shit.
So like, he can't, you know what I mean? And that's why I was like, fuck. Like, there's literally nothing I could do. Like, and he's not interested in getting a computer like you were, like. So he's like, why would I ever get one? Like, I'm not planning on buying a game.
Well, for D&D, do it just for D&D.
He doesn't even like the idea of Tailspire. He likes the idea that it's imagination based.
He don't even use battle maps. Is he one of the people who doesn't even use battle maps?
No, he does.
Oh, okay.
He uses Roll20.
Oh, see, what the fuck? What? All right. See, I've met people who are pure theater of the mind who like don't even like to use battle maps, and I'm like, that sounds awful to me as somebody with ADHD. It's like to me, that's why I love Tailspire. I can map things up. I can imagine, and I don't have to spend 3.5 hours being like, how far away is this guy? How far away is each person from me? How high are the rooftops?
You have no idea how many times, like how many campaigns I've actually run with Kevin, like just him and I, like solo campaigns, like in the woods camping. Oh fuck yeah, dude! Like him and I alone for fucking 24 hours. Like yeah, dude, we role play like a fucking whole thing. Why not? You
Oh,
know what
sure.
I mean? And like entirely theater of the mind based, entirely whatever.
Well, sure. In a
And it's easy
situation
to
like
do
that, that's
when
cool.
when I'm at your house and I'm with Veronica and Nick and you and Andrew, who's never really played. I'm gonna yeah, we need dice, we need a fucking thing, we need like miniatures if we can get them, like a board, something to Jenga, you know what I mean? Like
Well, I'm just like that. Period. It's not even just because I'm new to D&D. It's like I fucking would have such a like sense.
oh no, but I mean, imagine if
Even
I had introduced you to it in any other way, you
sure.
wouldn't have caught on. Or you would have, but I mean, like,
I don't know. I probably wouldn't have. Like
hmm,
I have such a I need the visualization. Even just using the flat battle maps for Chaos Curse like we did for the first like like fucking year and a half. It was like it was so hard sometimes because it's hard to let your especially because I was playing a barbarian. So it's not even like I flip over this table and do I can't even like think of shit like that. But then you throw me in Tailspire, I'm like, oh, now I can thrive. Now I can get into the
right
character. Now I can fucking let my imagination like roll. Like I can do that now. Because I
now
can
we can play with Tailspire at your house too, yeah, which is
exactly
cool.
that's what I'm saying, right? So exactly.
Yeah,
So now even as Lennis, like where it's just like normally it's like yeah I swim my battle axe. Even as Lennis, I'm able to be like I climb up here, my strength is like 20, so I hop 20 feet over to here and fucking bring my axe down on his head because you have this whole world built out around you, and it's just like theater of the mind doesn't work for me. For some people, that's perfectly fine, and some people could play DeMarcus the way I play DeMarcus with theater of the mind because they're just so good at
yeah,
visualizing it.
I could probably visualize it for you and do a fairly decent job just because of my experience with Spelljammer.
No, but that's what I'm
Of
saying.
like,
If you
the
no,
ship was within range.
you could describe it really well. I would have a hard time visualizing it to think like that. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
It's not about the DM. It's about me, like the way my brain works. So Tailspire is phenomenal to me. Like that's so
Yeah.
fucking perfect. It really lets me. Like, I didn't get up once this session. I've needed a beer for like 45 minutes. And it's like I just fucking I love Tailspire.
Yeah. I was looking around that map. It's pretty cool.
Ah, it really is. It's some cool shit. I like the way this whole session played out, and that's what I was thinking about as soon as I handed the 10,000 gold over, and now Demarcus is broke. I was like, but I need to get something out of this, and we already wanted to go to the Moonshade Isles, and then getting note of the other island off to our west. It's like, all right, we need a boat, we need a ship. So I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah! Dude. I essentially just traded 10,000 gold for a ship. Sure, sure.
Sweet.
Sure,
Yeah,
why
I will
not?
take that.
Yeah,
A little sailing.
and a crew, a ship and a crew from the Harpers. Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah, we can at least know we can trust them somewhat.
Right. Well, we can as much at least in our cause. They have no reason to betray us. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. I gotta. So we
Yeah,
have to.
we'll see about Thursday. I'm thinking. I mean, I'll offer to just play Kaboko. You know what I mean?
Oh, if you had to, sure, whatever.
I would do a whole voice for him, and I would look into how a ranger is played. Because now that we have a ranger, I'll give him that fucking bow.
I'm surprised he jumped in and didn't use the rooftops.
It's my brother. He doesn't know fifth edition. Probably never played a ranger, or hasn't in a long time.
The fact that he gave you that wingsuit for 250 and now DeMarcus can't take fall damage and can just diagonally cut across maps from higher up.
Yeah, you'll have to send me what the description of that is.
There
Is
isn't
that
a
an actual
description.
item?
No.
What? Like you can just draw diagonal lines and travel like that?
Yeah, I just drew that line. It was like I swoop over to that rooftop, and he didn't even go.
What was the difference? What was the distance?
45 feet. That was so my movement is 35, and then I have my 10 feet of fly. So I essentially, if I'm going to cast a spell that turn, I have 45 feet of movement, which means I can just draw a line 45 degrees in any downward angle, and that's where I go.
Weird.
Like that's just what
Alright.
I and technically if I were to dash, if I ever had a dash, or when I become a rogue and can bonus action dash, I could just draw a 90-foot line in a diagonal angle. And that's just what
Yeah.
I do now. I'm gonna try to
Yeah.
not. I'm not gonna be a dick about it either. Like with the wingsuit, like I think like the angle I just took makes well, especially when you factor in the fact that DeMarcus can control the wind around him. It's like, yeah, dude. Like,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, man. I can control the flow of wind around my body, and now I have a fucking wingsuit. Yeah, dude. I just go wherever I want. I can't
Alright.
wait.
I
I can't
gotta,
wait until the first time there's heavy winds, and I'm like, I open my arms and control the angle of the wind to go upwards, and I open my wingsuit and I just go straight up. And he's like, "Fuck you."
right on the ship that'll be useful. You'll go right to the top.
Oh shit! Fuck yeah!
Alright, I gotta run inside here.
All right, have fun. I'm gonna.
I will I'll be back Thursday. And I'll probably be driving back. I'll shoot you a call.
Sure. Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you.
See you.